You see this word, gazette. This is one word that land sellers have bastardized and misused so much to buyers. And once they bring up this word, most buyers will just leave it in their hands because they don't have any idea what it means and they're unfamiliar with it. It's usually real estate experts that are familiar with this particular term, gazette. In this video, I'll be explaining to you what a gazette is, why it was brought into use, and everything you need to know about a gazette. So watch this video to the end so that no land seller will come and use the word gazette to turn your head and then make you lose your money or trust them completely, even without knowing what you're about getting into. It is also very important for you to know that Gazette is one of the most important documents that you need after purchasing your land to ensure that your home that you build on it will not be demolished later in the future. Before I start explaining this thing to you, I also let you know the meaning of the word excision and how excision is connected to Gazette. Let's start by going through the brief history or the origin of Gazette in Nigeria. Actually, before the invention of the Land Use Act in 1978, most traditional rulers and traditional families who had control of so many plots of land in Lagos, they called them the Omonile. These traditional families wielded so much power over the land they possessed, to the extent that they were not selling land to anybody. All they did was give people land under a tenancy agreement, which is people will be able to farm or fish on the land, and this traditional family will still have total control over that land. This continued in Nigeria just like that until the 1950s, when the Lagos Executive Development Board was brought into existence. This particular board changed the whole game. They made it possible and easy for people to be able to buy land directly from the board and also make inquiries instead of buying from these traditional families. Because of this, traditional families also decided to change their own game. They now started dividing their land into the ones they wanted to rent or lease out and the ones they wanted to sell. Meanwhile, the Lagos board was still selling their own land. This led to a competition between these traditional families and the Lagos board. And as a result of this, land became too expensive in Nigeria and quite difficult to obtain. Because of this exorbitant cost of land and the difficulty in obtaining land, the Land Use Act came into existence on the 28th of March 1978. This new law now gives every state in the federation independent ownership over lands in that state. This simply means that in every state, the governor or the government is in charge of all the lands there and have the right to sell or lease it to individuals for a stipulated period of time. The government of every state also has the right to acquire more land for improvement of the state and for creation of more public amenities. Before I continue with this video, please give us a thumbs up if you're getting any value from this at all, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more of content like this when I upload them. An excision simply means taking out parts of a whole, and in the case of land, that part that has been excised will now be recorded in the government official document called a gazette. This new Land Use Act gave the state government total control and management over lands in areas called the urban areas. In other words, any land, community or area that the government designates as urban is automatically an acquired land, and the rest of the land can give back to those families, those traditional families, or back to the communities it was acquired from in the form of an excision. This means that any land designated as urban by the government will be recorded and published in the official document called the Gazette. Let's take for example that in 1981 in Enugu now, areas like Emene, Nike and Transekulu were not separate, called Emene, Nike and Transekulu. Let's say they were together, called Obi, and the government is interested in this particular parcel of land. The government will acquire this particular land. Let's say that this land is measuring for about 100,000 square meters in total. The government will acquire this particular land if it sees it as an urban area, and then let's say that the government is only interested in about 70,000 square meters out of 100,000 square meters. It will now return the remaining 30,000 square meters back to the community and record it as an excision in the Gazette of the state government that this particular 30,000 square meters still belongs to the community and the community can do whatever they want with that particular parcel of land. This is the relationship between the state government, land acquisition, and the communities. So now we know that a gazette is an official government book containing the government records in details. This gazette will contain the communities or villages that have been granted excision. It would also contain how many acres or hectares of land that the government granted them excision to. Now note that only these acres of land that they were granted excision are the ones they are allowed to sell. If they sell any other parcel of land outside these ones that they have granted excision to, then it is very, very unsafe for you to buy. Let us now focus on the different types of land gazettes and the ones that are specialized on land and how to identify them. I believe that if you watch this video to the end, you now know exactly what a gazette is, how it came into existence, and the relationship between the government, a gazette, and an excision. Thank you for watching my video today. On my next video, I'll be discussing how to identify a fake or dubious gazette and what to look out for in a genuine gazette. If you found any value in this video, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and share this video to somebody who might need it. See you on my next video where I explain how to identify a genuine gazette and a fake gazette. I am Stephanie Onyike, the reality realtor, and I'm committed to helping you bring your financial dreams to reality through real estate. If you have any questions on real estate, or if you want to purchase a property anywhere in Southeast Nigeria, then please give me a call or send me a WhatsApp text on the number on your screen. Till next time, I am Stephanie Onyike, the reality realtor. Bye.